What's up, everybody? My name is Ray. Today I am in Mystic Island, New Jersey, just south of Tuckerton, and we're going to be investigating a truly bizarre piece of history right here in this town. So let's go. So in the year 1912, at the beginning of World War I, the German government picked this town to build one of their radio towers, and they actually managed to build it without the US government being aware of it. Sounds very strange and unlikely, but it's true. It actually happened. So now, at the time, this tower was the tallest structure in the United States, second tallest in the world, second only to the Eiffel Tower. Kind of hard to believe that they managed to build this without the government knowing, but they did it. And when the United States officially entered World War I, they seized the tower from the Germans, and then they began using it on their own. It stayed in use until, I think, the 40s, and then it was torn down in 1955. But there's still something left. These giant monolithic structures here, right here in this town, and we're gonna go check them out. But before we go check out the monoliths, this building here that I'm standing in front of, this was a power generating station for the tower, and it's still standing here. Look at this thing. Check out that tower there, that smokestack with a brick on it. That's really neat looking. And the rest of this building is starting to fall down a little bit. Looks like there's a burnt couch right up there. Almost looks like there's some fire damage here. That's pretty crazy. I don't think this building's being used for anything right now. I'm impressed that they haven't torn it down. Oh wow, just look at that. Look at all that damage there. Oh, and we can get a look inside. Let's see what we can see there. Looks like there's some stuff. Looks like some old pegboard. Pretty cool. And there's a sign here we can kind of make out Mystic Boat Sales. I think that's what that says right here. So this must have been a boat shop after it was a power station. Look at that old sign frame right there. All the chains hanging on it. Yeah. Pretty awesome to see. Let's see, can we read that sign? Might be hard to see, but I think it says Top Boat Sales. And just look at this smokestack. That's really impressive. And just right in back here, it looks like we got some old decrepit boats. Looks like an old jet ski back there. Doesn't really have much to do with what the purpose of this video is, but I thought I'd show you anyway. Alright, so let's keep going. What we're about to see next is the support structure for one of the cables that held this tower in place. It's still here after over a century. And just right here, literally in the middle of the road, we have this massive monolith, a remnant of a secret tower built right here at the Jersey Shore. Let's get a close look at this thing. This is something else right here. Wow. So this is 20 feet tall, and from what I've read, it extends 20 feet below into the ground, which would probably explain why nobody's ever really tried to get rid of them. It would just be more trouble than it's worth. But look at this thing. Just look at the weathering on that concrete. And right here, we can even still see where the support for the tower was attached. Just right there. Now just imagine extending this way, right by where we just were, just a tower 800 feet tall extending into the heavens. Isn't that, it just blows my mind that they managed to build this and no one noticed until it was already put together. But let's take a look at this block here. It's just crazy looking. We can still see a couple more metal studs, it looks like. Let me back up a little bit so we can get a better view of this. Just a massive cube. Now, if you had no idea this story, and you saw something like this, what would you think? Why would you think that there's just this giant block in the middle of the road? You know? But it's so cool. Now, I know there's 3 of these still around. I know we're going to be able to see 2. The third one, we might not be able to access, but I'm going to try. Okay, so it looks like I found the second one, and this one is even cooler looking. Check this out. Look at all this foliage taking over this one. Look at that dense vine right here. Wow. And just look at this one. It's even more crumbling and weathered than the other one. Let me back up so you can see up on the top. Right up there, you got trees and shrubs growing on it. It's amazing. Look at this. This is so cool. You know, I wonder if, you know, after society collapses and people are no longer around, stuff like this, you know, how long is it going to be here? And whatever comes next, are they going to look at this and wonder what it was? What are they going to think? They even got a little picket fence around it. Now, I was reading up on this, and I heard at one point they actually had like a deck on top of it, so that could be remnants of that up top. I don't know. Look at this ivy creeping its way up. And right here we can also see again where it attached to the tower. A little steel I-beam type thing right there. And just look at this ivy. I don't want to touch it. That's definitely poison ivy. Right here is like the nice kind of ivy. The pretty ivy. And just look at all this leftover hardware and stuff inside it. All these little screws and bolts and things. Let's give you a full view of this thing. Just a cool piece of weird history right here in Jersey. Yeah, so standing back a ways can kind of give you a view of just how much stuff is growing on top of this thing. Just look at that. And I still just think it's funny that they just built the road right around it, you know? Probably easier than trying to get rid of this thing. So now there is a third monolith, but it's in the back of somebody's yard. I don't think I can go too close to it, but I'm going to give you the best view I can of it. Yeah, and just right there behind those trees is another monolith. You can see it poking out. And again, it's just as big and impressive as the other ones. So in addition to the large tower, there were also smaller towers built in this area, and there are still supports left for some of those. Let's see if we can get a look at some of them. Yeah, right here, looking out on the bay, you can see one right there. And then right over here, we can see a few more. Pretty neat stuff, huh? So what did you do today, Ray? Well, I drove 2 hours away to look at some concrete blocks. But anyway, interesting little pieces of history here, some unique stuff that, you know, not a lot of people know about. I didn't know about it until recently when I was researching some stuff to check out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Ray, my channel is Ray Out There. If you like this video, please hit subscribe to join me in my adventures in the future. Thank you for watching.